You often tweet the word lock in. Obviously, you were locked in tonight. That's my question.
Oh, that's
Were you locked in tonight?
I mean, the start of the regular season, no excuse not to be. Kind of a emotional night for a lot of different reasons, and obviously want to celebrate the championship last year and getting the rings and watching the banner drop, and then obviously you got to turn the page quickly. Played a solid game, nothing spectacular. We had a lot of mistakes. They played well, especially in the third quarter, try to make it interesting. But we understand the kind of process of building up. We have a lot of things to kind of work on, details, both offensively and defensively. But you got a win is a win, and you keep it moving.
Steph, after all the years you've invested here, what are the emotions like when you see another banner go up and you get another title ring?
I mean, it's special. I remember looking up there, and there was only Philadelphia Warrior banners and the 74, 75 team. So to come into Oracle every night, even at our practice facility, and look on the wall up in the rafters and see 3 championship banners that we brought back to the Bay, that's amazing. Kind of reminisce on the journey and those little moments. Obviously, we're still trying to go for more, and so it's really hard, I think, in terms of putting it all into perspective, but nights like tonight are where you really kind of sit back and just feel really proud about what we've accomplished.
Steph, Damian had his first NBA start tonight. What's the dynamic he brought to that starting unit tonight, and just where do you see it going?
I mean, he has extreme amount of potential, and we're trying to unlock that this year. He's been around. He's been working on his game the last 2-3 years, and in terms of him taking that opportunity and running with it tonight was a step in the right direction. We have a lot of guys that are in his ear every day. DeMarcus especially, I think that's a way for him to stay locked in on what we're trying to do. He's always taking Damian off to the side, giving him pointers, building his confidence up. And we all try to have that voice for him because we know how important he'll be for us, win another championship this year. And he gives us a different versatility in terms of lineups we can throw out there, him putting pressure on the rim, defensively being a presence, and it's always great to see a guy who's been chomping at the bit to get that opportunity finally, break through.
Steph, a lot of your teammates were saying the past few days how they've noticed you've been, pretty particular focus during preseason. How similar and unique has this preseason been to other preseasons and to open the season as well?
I mean, compared to last year, it's way better. In terms of just the schedule, you can look ahead and pace yourself in terms of we have 4 days of practice, a game, 4 days of practice, and then a week full of games where you can kind of get your reps in. So, it catered well to just really focus on everybody getting their body right, getting their game right. We obviously didn't play great in the preseason, but in terms of just overall focus and how practices have been and the mood at the facility, everything's been great. So we want to take that and continue to build momentum as we go through the year.
So when you have a game like this where you build a halftime lead, but it could have been a much bigger lead, and you go back and look at it, game that got close, how do you pick it apart? I mean, what are the things you look for and say, okay, here's why we didn't have a bigger lead? I mean, how do you pick it apart?
I think in terms of this overall timing and execution, it was a little off. Guys were moving at different speeds, and that was a product of just it being the first game. And Draymond missed a lot of the preseason. Overall, it's a different look. Andre missed some time tonight. A lot of different reasons, but in terms of just trying to look for that home run play or things that we normally execute at a high level, we just were off by a step or two defensively as well. Obviously they're talented. PG had a great third quarter, but certain things we can do defensively to be a little bit more aggressive. It happens, but at the end of the day, you can't get bored of winning and finding ways to finish it out. It's the NBA, win's a win, and you got to call out those mistakes, but we try to continue to get better.
Steve said, he thought you guys looked kind of spent in that second half. Obviously, maybe not your performance would speak to that, but what did you see from the rest of the guys on the court with you? In your opinion, do you think they looked a little out of shape to begin with?
No, I feel like it's the first game. I mean, we honestly didn't go crazy hard running sprints and doing suicides and doing all this stuff in training camp because we've been here before. We know how to continue to build up and pace ourselves so we don't burn out in December, January, February. Honestly, it's just kind of part of the beast of playing, that as many games as we have over the last 4 years and looking to try to repeat that this year. So it's going to happen. Guys are accountable for themselves. We all know what we need to do to continue to get better, and obviously expect that to happen. And when we go to Denver, or is it Denver next? Utah next, and Denver, that'll be a good sign of kind of where we are, playing at altitude and all that type of stuff. So we all got to be ready.
Steph, the rings drop from the sky and 6 trophies come together. So how much do you like the ceremony?
It was cool. I mean, I was talking to somebody the third time around. It's kind of just it's still an amazing experience. You know what to expect a little bit. Obviously, it was a surprise with the rings coming down from the ceiling, but you don't want it to let it go by without you really kind of embracing the moment and enjoying it. And I know the fans who are able to be in the building and who's watching on TV appreciate the kind of celebration, and we have fun with it. So shout out to whoever went up there and tied the rings up. That was dedication to the entertainment value of ring ceremony night.
Steph, this is obviously your third time, celebrating, championship like this. Does it ever get old for you?
Based on my answer earlier, in terms of I know where we've been, and I don't think I'll ever be at a point where it's just a kind of a blah moment when you're receiving a ring and seeing a banner come down and seeing all those trophies. So if that ever happens, I hope somebody just slaps me in the face and smacks some sense into me, because this is a special opportunity we have. Every night we get to play basketball. Every night we get to go chase a trophy, chase a championship. That will never get old, and kind of where we are as a team, it's right in front of us.